Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, which of the following hoaxes do you find more attractive? My super duper magical weapons that were dropped on Japan 80 years ago? Or my stay home, stay safe, gotta look after grandma because some guy ate a bat in China? Well, you see, a few years ago there was an article published in the CBC. University of Waterloo professor calls pandemic COVID fake and G emergency. Now, by the way, how come when I'm reading a CBC article, I can't even read an article without being shown basically pornography? What is going on here? This is basically pornography as far as I'm concerned. Well, maybe not this t-shirt, but I mean, look at this. And this is meant to be the Canadian Broadcasting Corporation. Look at this. Goodness gracious me. Anyhow, so some dude called Michael Palmer distributed course outline referencing the COVID fake emergency to students. Tisk, tisk, tisk. Shouldn't do that. So anyway, this guy was teaching Chem 430 at a university in Canada. And he wrote, this is back in 2020 when all this nonsense was going on, he wrote, because of the COVID fake emergency, in-class exams cannot be made mandatory. I have therefore decided to cancel them entirely. Now, he did eventually get in a little bit of trouble for this, but not really for calling it fake, for refusing to take my injections. But what I find amusing is that this is an article the CBC have written about this crazy professor at university. If only they knew that he'd been working for a couple of years on a book, a 300 plus page, 300 plus reference book called Hiroshima Revisited, the evidence that napalm and mustard gas helped fake the atomic bombings. And it's Michael Palmer, the same guy. Now you see, I was fortunate enough to interview Michael Palmer for the latest Bonversation. The interview itself was actually a couple of weeks ago, but I've had a lot on my plate, and this one took ages to edit, but it is now all good to go. I'll link to this in the pinned comment below. Or you can find it on Podcast Addict or Spotify, whatever. Just look for John LeBon and you'll find this latest Bonversation. We discussed what happens when a trained scientist decides to investigate the official story of my nuclear weapons. Why would a successful academic risk his livelihood by speaking out against macaronas? And how is it possible that countless experts all around the world could be wrong about something at the same time? That's just a short portion of what we discussed. Now, the thing is, his book, you can purchase the book if you want a physical copy, but you can download the PDF for free. And I know that in this day and age, the vast majority of people are way too busy to read books. I get it, but the cool thing is that Michael and I discussed some of the key points of his book, the most interesting parts in my opinion, in this conversation. And then I provide supplementary research and I explain to you, okay, here's what the documents say, because we can't cover everything in a 2-hour conversation. But I took the time to go through the key documents that lead to people like Michael and myself and some others to believe that nobody died, nobody got hurt in some so-called atomic bombing back in the 1940s.
No one died, nobody got hurt.
But then again, maybe you believe these things are real. Look at this. Look at these guys. We like radiation. Go and start running towards the bar. Look at this, folks. What are these guys doing there? We like radiation. What else have we got? What the hell is this meant to be? We like radiation. People believe this stuff is real. You know the lyrics, there's an Imagine Dragons song, and the lyrics go, I'm breaking and shaping up, then checking out on the prison bus. This is it, the apocalypse. Whoa. Of course, apocalypse, according to its etymology, means unveiling. I'm waking up, I feel it in my bones, enough to make my system blow. Welcome to the new age, and so on and so forth. You know what I discovered today? This song's 12 years old. 12 years old, Imagine Dragons, Radioactive. I was like, what, 12 years? What the f?
No! God, please, no! 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 No!
This came out almost 13 years ago.
What the fuck?
Anyway, what's interesting is in the video clip, 1.5 billion views. I didn't realize how popular the Imagine Dragons were. These guys were super successful. Anyway, right as he's singing about how it's radioactive, in the film clip, in the video clip, it's a fake monster. A fake monster, you say? We like radiation. Now go back to the radiation. Here it is. We like radiation. Oh yeah, this 100% real, folks. So anyway, go and check out Bonversations with Michael Palmer. You will not be disappointed. One of the best Bonversations of all time, if I do say so myself.
And you'll see the latest Bonversation, which is absolutely fantastic. I was most impressed. So really good stuff.
But why don't you be the judge? Check the links in the pinned comment below and have yourselves a lovely day. I feel it in my bones, enough to make my system blow. Shamona. Look at this shit, mate.
Oh my god. Highly recommended if you've got a brain. I'll say it again, if you've got a brain. Really good show. 10 out of 10. 15 out of 10. 15 out of 10.